Hey everyone, as you can see I've got the Moza Mini Mi here. So yesterday me and my friend went out and we did some tests with the Moza Mini Mi here, and that's what I want to show you in this video. I want to show you some test footage, the purpose of which is to show you how this works when you've got the phone attached. I've not got it in just now, but when you've got the phone here and you're moving it around, etc. These video tests will show you how it works. It will show you how the video stabilization is, the quality of it, and you'll maybe get a better understanding of how it all works. But before I show you the clips that we recorded yesterday, I have to give you a warning. There's a lot of mistakes in the clips, and I've been editing the video here and there are quite a lot of mistakes. So there's a couple of mistakes, and my friend James helped me with the video, but he made some mistakes and I made some mistakes. So here's basically what happened. A little disclaimer before you watch the clips. I was holding the gimbal and I was recording with it. Now, some things I can't avoid, like this microphone coming into the shot. That's okay. My friend here, my friend James, was using this camera here. This is a Sony RX10 and it's got the Rode Video Micro on. Now, the first problem is that the last time I used this, I did an unboxing. I had the ISO very high to let in more light. And when I checked in the house, it looked okay. But, when we put the lights on, it was way too bright. When we went outside, there was way too much sun getting into the frame. And it basically looks like the sun was like 10 feet away from us because, the ISO was too high. That was my mistake. My friend, my friend doesn't YouTube. He doesn't record videos and things like that. He doesn't know to check that. Second one is wind noise. There's a little bit of wind out there. Now, this microphone actually performed okay from the wind, but this one, I had set up the audio levels too high myself. Now, I set up the audio levels in the house. The audio level was okay in the house, but obviously, you're outside, all the wind is blowing around everywhere. Despite having the windjammer on it, it's picking up a lot of wind noise. So I do apologise. Some parts of the clips there's a lot of wind noise and it will be quite annoying. That was my fault. I tested it in the house. I didn't monitor it whilst I was walking around because I was focusing on the gimbal. The other thing was that, and this is quite funny actually, as I said, my friend James, he was really kind enough to offer to help me out and to take some footage, because what I wanted to do was show you, whilst I'm recording, I wanted to show you the fact that the phone stays still and the gimbal moves around. But my friend James, he doesn't record, he isn't used to producing videos, and in most of the shots he's actually standing behind me. So when I'm taking footage, I'm recording footage and he's behind me rather than being in front of me, so that he's hidden. He was actually, standing at the side and he didn't really know where to go. We were laughing about it at the time, and today, he was saying, he's like, listen, I'm really sorry. I don't know why he was apologising because it took a lot of time to actually help me. But he was saying, let's do it again. We can do the video again. But I don't want to do that. I don't have the time for that. I could have edited the following clips that you're going to see and edited them in a way that avoids the high ISO, that avoids the wind noise. But in amongst the bad recording, my friend James in the background, and the wind noise and all that, there's actually some good advice here for anyone who's looking to buy the Moza Mini Mi. Because when I was looking to buy this, I was looking for an understanding of how like inception mode works, of how you switch different modes and things like that. So yes, I apologise for the disclaimer. I'm sorry I have to do this, but these clips, I hope you find them useful. If you're looking to buy the Moza Mini Mi, if you just want to see how this performs, I'm sure you will enjoy the videos. But there is some wind noise. There is really, the ISO is crazy with the shots that were recorded with this camera. And my friend James is hovering in the background. So I actually think it's quite funny. But I hope you enjoy the video, guys. I hope you find it useful, and I hope you get a better understanding of what this gimbal can do. So enjoy the video. Hey guys, as you can see, I'm back with the Moza Mini Mi, and I'm going to go out for today. I'm going to test it. My friend James has kindly offered to join me, and he's going to record whilst I record so that you can see what I'm doing, etc. Before I show you the actual gimbal, what I'm going to do is just show you the phone, just holding it either on a selfie stick or just holding it with my hand, and this will give you a good demonstration as to, well, what you would get normally with your phone and then what you would get with the stabilization. So me and my friend James, we were looking at all the different options here. There's a cool inception mode, there's pitch, yaw and row, etc. And they all lock the gimbal in different ways. So I will do a different video where I'll show you the camera app and I'll give you my overall thoughts on it. But today I really just want to show you what footage you're going to get when you're actually using it. So if I push this on, so that's it on, and if I can do this back to front, you can see that, you know, I can control it all like that, up and down. But what I'll be doing is locking it in a certain way and getting some footage like that. And I will be using this microphone plugged into the phone so that audio's okay. And you can see here that I've got a big wind jammer on. So I've got this mini wind jammer because it probably will get windy out there. So let's get to it. So guys, I have my phone, but it's not in the gimbal yet. I'm just holding the phone, and the reason is I want to show you what stabilization is like. Now this phone, the stabilization is okay. It is a flagship phone. It's okay, but it's never going to, you know, it's never going to match what you'd get with a gimbal. So I just wanted to show you this just now, just for a comparison. Before I show you the gimbal, I want to show you what you can expect when you're using your phone as far as shaking. I do think this is how most people would use their phone in selfie mode. If you know, you just pull your phone out your pocket and you walk around, and this is kind of what you would get, and it is a little bit shaky. So now that you have an understanding of what the problem is as far as shaking goes, let's get it in the gimbal and we'll see what the difference is like. So guys, you can see that me and my friend James, we're out now with the gimbal. Hello. And I'm using the default app. This is the Moza Mini Mi app, and this is what you need to use if you want to unlock all the features like inception mode and, you know, all the different buttons. There's certain button presses that aren't available if you use the default camera app, and, you know, from your phone. So if I'm doing a YouTube live stream or something, I will be able to move it around. You can see I'm panning left and right, and I'll be able to go up and down. But unless I use the default camera app, there's certain button presses that I won't be available to me, just because it's limited. For example, the default camera app on my phone doesn't allow me to switch from the back camera to, you know, the back camera to the front camera and vice versa. But if I hold here, push up, I can change. So now I'm using the back camera on my phone. I think that's one of the best features of the camera app itself, is that you can simply switch between the front camera and the back camera with one button press. But you're kind of limited to using it with the default camera app. Now, there's a few different things I need to show you here. Now, right now I'm on yaw follow. If I double press, I'm on all lock now. So this is one of the modes that I like a lot, in that it's moving away. So this one, in theory, you can see I'm moving it around the wrong way here, but catching the microphone sometimes, you can see there, because I've got it like almost horizontal right now. But in this one, the phone essentially stays in the same position at all times, pretty much, more or less. But you're moving around and the phone stays in position. Now, you know, the way that I'm moving it, you can sometimes still shake it and it doesn't work right. But if I change it now, what I've got now is yaw follow. And there's pitch follow, there's yaw follow, there's roll follow. And you can have like different variations of all of these. So you can, like, move you around here. You can have like pitch and roll and yaw and pitch and all this kind of thing. As far as what the best is, I'm tending to use the all lock function, if I'm honest. And now I'm on all lock again. Now I'm on pitch. And all of these have different pros and cons, but I do find sometimes if I go into the wrong mode, if I choose the wrong mode, sometimes it doesn't track me the way that I want. And that's mainly because of my inexperience with gimbals. I need to learn more about, the differences between pitch and yaw and roll. But you can see there, I've got my microphone here quite low down, but when you hold the gimbal at a certain angle, it does get caught in the shot. You can see James here as well. The default app does work quite well, but occasionally it's a little bit funny. Like sometimes it just seems to go to sleep if you do something, something just doesn't work right and it swings away to the left or right. Maybe that is by design with, if you've picked a certain follow. I prefer to lock it and then just control it. That's just the way that I prefer doing it. But one thing I do like is if I push down 3 times on the little spin dial, it spins the phone around. Now here, it's going a little bit crazy when I do that. So whilst explaining there that sometimes it, you know, kind of switches off of that, it actually switched off. So I had to restart it there. And effectively what happened was, what I was trying to do was show you the front camera spinning around. So if I push this down 3 times, it spins round. Now you can see here that the microphone cable is kind of catching it and it's throwing it away. Sometimes it spins the other way and it's fine with the cable, but because I've got the microphone attached here, sometimes the cable gets caught and it kind of pushes the phone down. Now if I push it back, it's going back. Now last time it didn't actually do that. It kind of just went to sleep, and yeah, I pushed the back button and it said it was connected, and I just had to restart it. So I think that's the app, I think so, but yeah, just one of the problems that you face every now and then. I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's maybe the app or something. Everything is controlled via these, essentially, I was going to say keyboard shortcuts, but the dial shortcuts. So it's like you double press or you treble press or you long press for pitch, yaw or follow, etc. for the roll. You push up twice to change to front camera and the back camera. That's very useful. And the bottom one, as I say, 3 times, it goes down like that, but it keeps getting caught up with my cable. So I'm walking with my gimbal again. You can see the microphone keeps coming into the shot here. Maybe I have to change the bracket. I've actually got a different little bracket coming tomorrow, which will maybe be better. I don't know. At least it will give me some options. Now the difference here is that I'm not using the Moza Mini app, the Moza Mini Mi app, the Moza Genie app they call it. What I'm using is my phone's default camera app. So there's certain things that aren't available here. When I was using the Moza Mini Mi app, it shows me roll follow, pitch follow and all that. But right now what I need to do, if James can show you this, I've got pitch follow and yaw follow. And I can like double press and it changes it, treble press. And this will change between, you know, pitch follow, yaw follow, roll follow are all locked. So you kind of need to remember what they all mean. Again, I'm more inclined to try and use the one that's all locked at all times. I do sometimes still feel that it kind of moves away from me. I'm not criticising the app, and I'm not criticising the gimbal at this point, because I do feel that a lot of this is partly due to me just not being used to gimbals and not being used to how it actually works. But the panning, as far as going up and down, it works great. And again, if you go back to, you know, what I was showing you at the very start of the video, come on, get in shot. What I was saying at the start of the video is that stabilisation when you're using your front camera here, it's nearly always bad. But when you've got the gimbal, I can move this around and it's going to be a lot stabler than using the phone on its own. So my friend James was saying there isn't a word stabler, which I just used, and then we googled it and it says it's someone who runs a stable, so I don't know if I made a mistake there. What I like to do in this point, I'd like to show you inception mode. Right, so I'll take off the microphone because what we're going to be doing is spinning the phone around. Now, again, this is one of those funny features of this gimbal, because I've found that sometimes when I put it into inception mode, it's very hard to get it out of it without it going to sleep or just being unresponsive. So to enable the inception mode, what we do here is triple press, and it faces it down there. So what you do at this point, this took us a while to figure out, you kind of put it horizontal, and if I start recording, so it's not recording. So this kind of demonstrates what I'm talking about. It's not being responsive yet, it's not responding to the app. If I go back now, it says it's unconnected. So for whatever reason it's disconnected. I'll go back in, and it should be connected now, and there we go. So I'm going to start inception mode now. So the idea is I'm going to walk along with it in horizontal mode, and then I'm going to start spinning it. inception mode works. Like, I maybe had it a little bit too slow there. It does work well though, but again, getting out from sleep, you know, this is one of the problems that I face with this app. It seems to be a little bit unresponsive sometimes. So whenever I change to inception mode, it seems a little bit unresponsive. I don't know why. Sometimes it just seems to disconnect from the app. But what I've been doing is just turning it off, turning it back on, and resetting it. It's very annoying that you have to do that, but I haven't figured out any other way to do it. Now, if you just want to get that one shot, you know, in inception mode, if you just want to get that spin round effect, it goes round 360 degrees. It's not a major hassle, but I don't know why it's disconnecting. I don't know why sometimes it just kind of goes to sleep and is unresponsive. Not a deal breaker, but it is there. So I'm back to recording with the default app now, my Pocophone camera app. And as I was saying, you know, I can still pan from left to right, I can still go up and down, and there's certain features that are missing here. Now, you saw that, you know, that I've got some frustrations with the default camera app. Sometimes it disconnects, sometimes the gimbal seems to disconnect and it kind of goes to sleep and you need to reset it. Now, I'm not trying to crap on the gimbal too much, because if you look at any gimbal review right now, you will see a lot of people complaining about the default camera app. It seems to be a common issue. I should really stop pushing that button too much, eh? So yeah, it seems to be a common complaint with all of these gimbals is that the default camera app, the one that you have to use, the one developed by the gimbal company, seems to be a little bit, you know, it just seems to be a little bit problematic. Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. So there's certainly some limitations there. Now, I'll do another video and I'll show you the actual camera app and I'll show you what I was using to record most of these clips. The reason that I'm using the default camera app right now is because when I will be using this, I will, most of the time anyway, I think so, I will be using my default camera app. When I use the Moza Mini Mi app, the Moza Genie app, I'll be using that app so that I can switch from the back camera to the front camera. That's, for me, that's more important as a feature. I'm looking over here, the camera's there. That's more important a feature for me, switching between the front and back camera, than inception mode or anything else like that. As far as locking goes, as far as using the gimbal goes, I'm still getting used to it. You know, it does take a while to kind of get used to the way that it works and the way that it walks around, the way that it kind of pans and zooms and all that. As I said, I do prefer to kind of just keep it in all lock mode. So, my friend James, we were kind of talking about this here. This is his first day kind of testing it, and he was saying, do you do a thumbs up? Do you do a kind of overall rating systems for it? You know, just to say 4 out of 5 stars, anything like that. But I think overall this is a good gimbal, and I will talk about this more in another video. This video was more about showing you what this is about as far as walking around and how stable it is. But I like it. I like the gimbal. I bought it for like £72 from eGlobal in China. But it is flawed. But I think all gimbals are flawed. If you look at the reviews of them, everyone complains about one thing or another. So I hope you've enjoyed these video tests. I hope you've been enjoying looking at what this can do. From myself and from my good friend James, who's helped today. There he is. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos about the Moza Mini Mi. I'll give you my final thoughts and let you know what it's like once I've got used to this. So until then, guys, I keep looking over there. The camera's there. Sorry, guys. Right, until next time, guys. Cheers.